Ghost in the Shell, is the criticism justified? We're gonna do this now. Go. No, don't go. Stay and watch. Hello there everyone, my name is YUME RANTS and this is a rant/movie review. If you see my previous videos, I've never done one of this before, but since Ghost in the Shell was announced, the criticism behind it has been insane, even before we saw the tiniest bit of footage of it, so I think this should be interesting. And what we're gonna do, we, as in me, as in I, is that we're gonna do it before and after. We're gonna see the criticism going into the movie, the criticism going into the movie, and then we're gonna watch it and see if it was justified. Was the criticism justified? I don't know, but we'll find out. I'm super pumped. I'm pumped. So let's do this. Okay, so it all started with a bet. A friend of mine and I had a bet going on which movie was the most anticipated and overall do better. Ghost in the Shell or Logan? Now we will take into consideration Rotten Tomatoes, both critics and audience rating, and the worldwide box office revenue. So not only the box office in the US. Now the reason why I bet Logan would do better is because number one, Wolverine was gonna be given the R-rated treatment. Number two, it was the last time that Hugh Jackman would be playing the character, so it was his swan song. Number three, it was the last time Patrick Stewart will be playing the character, but that's since then changed. But the main reason why I chose Logan over Ghost in the Shell was because Logan didn't have that huge negative criticism going into the box office that Ghost in the Shell had. Of course, by now you know I'm speaking about the whitewashing, which, hear me out, I believe to be an overall misfire. Now before we finish this before segment, I'm gonna try and aim my argument that hopefully covers both the anime and the manga fan and us non-fans that had no idea what Ghost in the Shell was before even the movie was announced. So let's try this out. Okay, now I haven't watched the movie yet. I will watch it in a few days. But if we go watch the movie right now and you say, man, this movie sucks because she's not Asian, if that's literally the only problem that you could find, the chances are it's a pretty good movie and you just refuse to see past the racial aspect. And there's no argument that could convince you otherwise anyways. And that's okay because that's not how you envision her. That's okay. However, as it stands right now, they had to choose the very best actress for the role. And in terms of experience and the cyberpunk aesthetic, there was no better actress for the role, more suited for the part than Scarlett Johansson. And after you've seen her as Black Widow in the MCU and as Lucy in that sci-fi film by Luc Besson, by the way, from The Fifth Element, this becomes very clear. And by experience, I of course mean years of acting. Like Scarlett Johansson's had 20 years under her belt. The question then becomes this. You, as the person declaring whitewashing, hypothetically speaking you, of course, would you have preferred an inferior portrayal of Major, which is the name of the character in Ghost in the Shell for those who don't know? Would you have preferred an inferior portrayal of Major for the sake of what you perceive to be the right ethnicity, or would you rather have a superior representation of the character even though the actress does not have what you perceive to be her race? And while it can be argued that yes, an Asian actress an Asian actress with Scarlett Johansson's pedigree could make the movie way better, can you think of any? And again, this is coming from a standpoint of someone who hasn't seen the film, because if a script sucks, it sucks, and there's no actress or actor that can save it. I mean, just ask Chris Pratt about Passengers. Okay, now let me make something very clear. I really do wish there was an Asian actress with Scarlett Johansson's pedigree that could potentially play this character. And the fact that there is none is also part of the problem. And I do acknowledge that whitewashing is an issue in Hollywood that needs to be addressed. I just don't think that this was the IP to do so. IP meaning intellectual property. This wasn't the IP to do so. For example, I really wish that this outrage would have been directed towards Tilda Swinton's casting as the Asian one in Marvel's Doctor Strange. Just take a look at the Asian one in the comics. In an American superhero comics, the character is full Asian. He's from Tibet. So there's no gray area like, oh no, but the character's ethnicity and race wasn't fully defined in the source material. No, it was defined. He was full Asian. And that would have been the great opportunity for an Asian actor to potentially become an A-lister. When you have actors like Ken Watanabe, he was in Godzilla, you know the guy that says, let them, no, he says, let them fight. That guy, Ken Watanabe. When you have an actor like that would have been perfect for the role. He had the right age, the ethnicity, and the experience. That is a pure example of whitewashing, yet that got a pass. I didn't see the same outrage. Now let's attack this from a story standpoint for those of you who don't know anything about Ghost in the Shell. Like I didn't know anything because I had no idea what Ghost in the Shell was. Okay, from a story standpoint, we're talking about a fantasy world where you can change the ethnicity of your body. The lead character is literally a brain that was put into a cyborg. So the cyborg has no definite race. Technically, you can obtain a cyborg of any race. So it's really hard to argue whitewashing when that aspect is part of the premise of the source material, when in this universe you can literally pick the ethnicity features of your body. Now from a business standpoint, though Ghost in the Shell is well known to those deep into the anime and manga world, it is not a known IP to the general public, and I'm included in that public because I mean I've seen a few animes here and there, but I don't know them all. And actually how I found out about this is because I read a headline that said Black Widow to play Major in Ghost in the Shell, and they used as a photo in the article a photo of Lucy, which is a movie that I had seen recently, so that made me go like, Ghost in the what? And truthfully that's how it is with a lot of people. And who knows, if they would have picked a lesser known actress, then maybe the project would have never gotten off the ground, and now we'd still be hearing about Ghost in the Shell in development. So having an A-list Hollywood actress did help get it off the ground, did help make this movie happen. Now, to start wrapping this up, that I think that we need to create opportunities for other ethnicities and other races to become A-listers as well. Absolutely. But given the circumstances of this particular IP, choosing the best actress trumps race. And given that this is a fantasy world where you can literally change the ethnicity of your body, and that the top choice had both the experience and the look that they needed for the part, I believe that Scarlett Johansson was inarguably the way to go. My objective here was basically try to explain my perspective on the situation, and I believe that if this outrage that happened with Ghost in the Shell, if it would have happened with previous properties like the Ancient One in Marvel's Doctor Strange, and if it's properly aiming the future at future ones, because sadly this will continue to happen, then if it's properly directed, then I think that we can truly make a dent on the problem that is whitewashing in Hollywood, because it is a problem and it needs to be solved. Not in this case though. I think personally this time was a misfire. Alright, covering all the negative criticism the movie had before actually going to watch it, check. Now, something else I wanted to do. Before we go to the movie, and by we I mean I mean me, let's see what they're saying so far. More body than brains. It really only leaves us the shell. I see what they did there. Director doesn't know what to do with the backstory he's been handed, but he knows how to make it shiny. The shell is shiny, but you'll be left wanting more than just visual effects. I get it. It's shiny. I'll take sunglasses. A gorgeous misfire about a dull story. I get it. Okay, I get the point. Like, I'm beginning to think, even if it's a decent film, they're gonna hate on it. I mean, there's a positive review here, and they turned it into something sexual, like implying, like, yeah, bro, but you only like it because Khan is hot. I mean, so let's do this. Let's go and see for ourselves if it's true or not. Now, I want to make one quick note. Like I told you guys, I hadn't heard anything about the anime or the manga. So what I don't want to go watch the movie going in completely blind. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna watch the 1995 anime film that's also called Ghost in the Shell. Though the live action movie won't actually be based on that, because you're gonna take different parts from the entire source material that's the anime and the manga. It'll help me not go completely lost into the movie and completely blind. So yeah, we're done, and I'm psyched. So here we go, and I hope you guys enjoy this. I'll be sure to record the after section after I actually watch the movie to let you guys know. So I'll see you on the other side.